Shout out to Joe Stein sporting the pinball shenanigans action at the recent Pin Brew show in Ohio. He said it was an awesome show, over 150 machines, and lots of craft beer. So thanks again, Joe. Appreciate the support. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Hello, boys and girls. Back for some more shenanigans. I just left my house, and all of a sudden it's pouring rain. Not the best time to go pick up my new pinball project. $6 Million Man left the building today, and now I have more space than I've had in a while because Transformers is gone, and I can move Whitewater in that space, and now I can technically bring in two projects, but we'll just start with one for now. So that's what I'm off to do. But the weather's been great. Not maybe great, but it's been okay all day, and as soon as I leave, it starts pouring rain. I've already queued up Jay the neighbor. He's ready and willing to help me bring this machine down. I thought about what I want to bring in, and it's gonna be Stern Nugent. Part of the reason is because I don't think it will be an extensive restoration, and the other reason is I don't even know if I've played 5 games on that in my life. I know Shane Jackson has one at Maple Pinball, but I don't even know if I played it. So I'm probably gonna go with it. I don't think I'll change my mind on the fly, but you never know what happens. This is pinball shenanigans after all, so I'll check in with you once I get to storage. Okay, I just got to storage, and my pin side says that I've had this game for 591 days. And I was trying to figure out where the heck I got it, and I don't remember. Just can't think of it. Maybe it's possible that I got Shawnee Boy's delivery service to pick it up for me. As I'm saying this, I'm noticing. Look at this side flipper to drop targets. It's very Captain Fantastic-ish, but playfield looks pretty good. Anyway, maybe it'll come to me where I got this machine from, but I just noticed this. It has the original schematics with the envelope, which is pretty sweet. I don't know if I've seen a Stern envelope before, but check this out. Talking about check all the voltages at the solenoid driver. If okay, reattach the MPU connector J4 and proceed. Note that since the varistor normally does not conduct, you can cut it out of the circuit, clip out the shorted varistor, replace the blown fuse, and the machine should work fine. Caution, do not do this as a permanent solution, since this leaves the electronics of the machine exposed and vulnerable to power surges. Only do this to verify that the rest of the machine is okay. That is some good advice there. So I'm glad I found this note, because I've never had a varistor issue before, which is basically, protects the voltage coming right into the machine. So I may have my first varistor issue, and I did an order with Russell before, local shenanigander, and he had to order a couple of varistors, and I actually ordered 1 or 2 just with him on the order, just in case I ever needed them. Well, maybe, just maybe, I might need a varistor. Okay, let me get this thing out in the open. It is freaking clogged in here. And look, I got a set of legs on the head and another set of legs. This is some brown painted something or other. I don't know what these are for, but we be going with the original Stern gray legs. So, all right, time to bust this guy out. Okay, there it is. I have the back glass at home. I think I recall it to be in pretty good condition. I know Mitch Ayers had a Nugent where probably 80% of the paint was missing, and just Nugent himself had somehow survived. Kind of looked cool, actually, but I think my glass is probably 8 out of 10. I'm just guessing. But here it is. Let's take a quick peek before we load it up. See if we see anything obvious, nasty, good or bad. There's some wear from saucer kickout, it looks like. Just 3 little drop targets over here. That's very sternish. Kind of reminds me of like a Stars or Electronimo or Trident or something like that. Although, whatever. Just drop target banks positioned various different places on these Stern playfields, which is pretty cool. All in all, playfield is pretty good. There's a rollover right there, just like Stern Stars. Right up the middle, similar wear to where Kevin's Stars wear is on his rollover area. Actually, Dutch's. That's Dutch's machine and his project. But what does this say? Harold's Toy. Oh, I kind of remember that. And I kind of remember this serious chunk missing out of the front here. I probably will just cheat the system and color these guys in so it doesn't look so deplorable. Coin door is not that bad. Is it locked? Oh, is it? Yep. Do I have a key over here? Legs look pretty decent. Shouldn't have trouble getting those levelers off. But, oh, yes, look at this. 591 days later, and I did not lose what I'm hoping is the key. Yeah, we're in. Okay, we'll save that for later. Beautiful. And I feel like I removed the battery on this. Actually, you know what? There's a chance I might have had this longer than 591 days. That is just the last time I updated the battery information, but I do not know. Displays do not look like they have any measles. That's good. How are we looking? Oh, I did leave the battery on. This was in the earlier days when I thought that I'd just be storing machines for a very brief moment in time. And that turned out not to be the case. Okay. There is some corrosion. But just going to have a quick look. We'll get a little more in-depth. Looks like some of these lamp transistors are almost touching. We don't want that. And power supply. How is that looking? You know what? This could possibly be... Is that alive? Oh my god. That is a big nasty spider. I'm going to zoom in here. Whoa. Look at that guy. Whoa. Glad he's not coming home with me because he's going to suffer a ill fate pretty shortly. Okay, let's zoom back out here to normalcy. I should deal with him now. If Jamie ever saw this video, saw that I did not deal with him, I would never be allowed to bring in another pinball machine in my life. Ew. Potato bugs? Nasty. Okay, at least those ones are dead. I don't need my notes. I know what the notes are now. So, spider guts, ew, gross. Okay, that's about all we're going to look at in the storage unit. We're going to load this bad boy up and bring her home. Looks like we got some pretty good planking. Pretty good planking going on here. And look how yellow this is compared to the original white. This Nugent, ugh, it's a little chunky. All right, we'll see you back at home. All right, all loaded up and ready to go. All right, the Nugent has landed. Jay had to take off. He had to dash because his DoorDash order just arrived. So no guest appearance from Jay the neighbor this time around, but his efforts are always appreciated. So I'll just manage from here. Oh, I should run and get the back glass. Actually, no, I shouldn't, because that's the last thing that needs to happen. So what I'm going to do is continue working on these legs, just clean them up,
these are going in the garbage. Oops. It'll get new leg levelers and leg bolts, and then I'm just going to clean these up as best as I can, and I will be right back. Alright, so plugging away at this Nugent here, cleaned up the legs. They're pretty crappy overall, but they've got new leg levelers and leg bolts. The thought of powder coating crossed my mind, but I can always do that at a later date if I decide to do such. I did give everything, all the cabinet and head, kind of just an initial wipe down just to get rid of the crustiest of crud and cobwebs and dust and dirt, whatever. Just a quick little wipe down of it, pretty much the entire surface of the head and cabinet. And things are coming together. The exterior of the machine, you know, it's a little crusty. It's well worn with your chips and your dings, but the playfield is pretty darn good overall. Look at this. I'm pretty satisfied with the condition for being 45 years old. So let me guess, this is probably a 78 or 9. And that makes it old. Look at the slingshot plastics are fine. I think every plastic actually looks to be good. These corner ones are often cracked in the corners and very warped. These guys are warped to a degree, but not bad at all. So far, the only thing on my to-do list that I've noticed, I did have to take my, let's zoom out a little bit here. I know you can see the dust that way that I've stirred up, but it's just a better angle. Where did I put it? My tap and die set here for my leg bolts. So I tapped out all the holes because they were just a little bit crusty, and all the leg plates are fine except for this front right one here. I guess depending on which way you're standing, front left. But I'm gonna have to replace the leg bracket on the inside. What is this? Why is there this kind of area here? It looks like it's etched out, almost like there was a leg, the wrong kind of leg on there at some point. Is that possible? It's a weird bit of wear. Does it have that on any of the others? No. And I was walking by, you can see the Varister here. Let's get right in there. The Varister appears to be okay. Oh, wait a minute. See the electrical tape down there? I actually think the electrical tape on the line filter is factory. I've seen that a million times. So maybe that's actually okay. Maybe somebody was just trying to describe what issue they were having and did not know how to describe it very well. And by the description, that is why that person concluded what they concluded, suggesting that it might be the Varister, but it's pretty rarely the Varister. I think I've only had one machine that had an issue with that. So obviously I'll look into that before I put the head on. I'm gonna pop the playfield up, maybe even remove it just so I can get access to the cabinet, clean it up, inspect it, replace the leg T, and start with that. I didn't really do anything with the head yet other than wipe it down. So that's about where I'm at thus far. I am listening to some Slant Tilt podcast in the background while plugging away here, so I'm going to continue to do that. I'll report back in a bit. If you've been watching my channel enough, you've heard me say this at least on a few occasions.
It seems that every single machine, I find 1/4. The trend is so far continuing. Literally 1/4. So if I find more, then sweet. If not, then I guess my trend continues. Okay, just wanted to kind of almost document this for myself, but this is... I don't know that I've seen this lock bar style before. I've had all kinds of early Sterns, Electronimo, Stars. See which one, I guess that's a little later. But this is the very rare, hard to find, early Stern lock bar with the 2 nubs. So I just want to get a good look at this so I remember for the future. You know, even in all my spare lock bars, I do not have one of those. Let's see. Do I have anything that says Stern? Early Stern question mark. Look at this. Ooh. There it is. Okay. I finally can remove my question mark. Boom. Yes. If anybody is in need of an extra lock bar here, it's not for sale. I'm sorry. Actually, I know Russell was looking for one of these, and he managed to find one. So they are out there. But it's good to know that I actually have a spare, so that is pretty friggin' sweet. All right, good stuff. All right, early Stern lock bars 101, take 2. So, for fun, I thought I would try and put this lock bar, actually it was this lock bar, on Nugent, and found that it did not fit. When I went hunting around, I was like, oh, I have 2 of them spares. That is awesome. Well, it also didn't fit. So I grabbed the original one. I'm like, noticing the difference now. Oh, I wonder. I'm just looking at it as we speak here, but what is the main difference? I can tell you that the main thing is, for sure, these nubs are very low, right? There's an inch of space here. They're down an inch. These are right up like a ½ inch away from the lip. So these nubs were kind of hitting the actual cabinet wood. So I do not have a spare of this, but I do have 2 of these. So I wonder if these are for Bally then, early Bally's? I do not know. So these are mystery. This is what early Stern looks like. Long nub on the lower side. So that is note to self. But yeah, okay, well, if you know if these are for Bally or not, let me know. But, you know, there's a lot of friggin' lock bars to learn. You got your WPC wide body, your System 80, your WPC normal, your System 1 Gottlieb, your, you know, all kinds of lock bars. These are like gold to have, because if you need to find one and you don't have one, you're going to pay big bucks for it. And also double that for shipping if you're in Canada. Maybe if you're in the States, it'll be a little bit cheaper shipping from the States to the States, but I'm not, eh? All right, we'll keep plugging away. Okay, I just propped up the playfield for the first time, and I started exploring, and I thought, I can't do this without including you all. That's half the fun. So I already started looking here. My first thought was, the power supply is not in the cabinet. So I guess this is too early for that. And the other Stern I was thinking of that I had was Trident. But I was expecting to see the power supply there. So I guess it's in the head. I probably already know that. I mean, I do already know that. I did see that, but I guess I forgot. But yeah, so there's that. And then there's some miscellaneous stuff here. Oh, this is for a display. Some little cards for your apron there. 2 replays for beating high score to date. I noticed we have the original tilt bob. It's not missing, so that's nice. See that there's no cover over these bolts. And then there's a cover on this side here. I noticed that my leg bolts were a little too long and were pushing on this, and that might have been why I was having a little bit of difficulty. Hopefully I didn't mess with any threads there. I mentioned before, this is just a security measure, so you can't remove a leg bolt, stick your wire into the cabinet, and somehow find your way to the coin switch and get free games. That's why that's there, and it is not required anymore because this is probably not going to be in an arcade, and someone's probably not going to try and go through the trouble of doing that. So I'm probably just going to remove this bracket, tighten up this ground strap. This is tying the ground from the cabinet to the coin door. This has got loose. What else did I notice? Random nail here. Probably somebody put that there for putting the key on. And, oh yeah, the power switch. Very loose. So somebody might have been messing with that. I wish I knew that before. Oh, and you know what I'll do? I'll just remove these 4 screws, pull the plate out, and then I can really access that well, and maybe kind of clean the area in the meanwhile. There's a shard of glass, I think, or maybe plastic. When I was lifting the playfield glass out, it kind of felt a little heavy and there's a little chip in it, so I'm wondering if it's tempered or not. Haven't found any more monies yet. Let's go looking. Our interlock coil is a little crispy as usual. Ooh, and gummy. Again, this is really unnecessary, so I probably will cut that out of the circuit. This kind of looks like it's been replaced. And yeah, so is there any more quarters in here? I'll have to pop out these coin mechs and take a peek. Here, I'll put the camera in there. Let me know if you see anything. No, doesn't look too promising there. Well, no jackpot of quarters going to be had on this one. Okay, what else do we see? Speaker, knocker, and then all of the connectors in the back. Let's take a look under the playfield here. It's a little bit crusty, not too bad. Original solenoids so far, except this is a quality coils replacement for the flipper, upper flipper. So someone probably thought, hey, my upper flipper's not working, let's change the solenoid. Very common, but 98% of the time it's not the solenoid. It's something else. What do we got here? Ballet coil. This is an AN34-1200, and this is a J26-1500. So let's put this on the list. That is not the correct coil. And another quality coil here, 34-4500, and this is 34-50-50. So this is probably also incorrect. We got a clip here that's loose. Flippers are not seized. Slingshots are not seized. Check the pops quick while we're in here. Ooh. Some crust drop targets. Solenoid seems to be okay. Okay, well, that's the inspection thus far. I may just remove the playfield, and that way I can just access everything better. Check on this varistor and replace this leg tee, because that one's a bad one. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I spent a little bit of time just trying to tidy up this front end here. Get the receiver a little bit cleaner than it was. I used my wire brush and wet cloth and all that to decrustify things. And you can see it's still wet, but it was pretty muddy and cruddy, and it is much better. It'll look a little better when it dries, I think, too. So, and cleaned up and tightened up the power switch there. I got rid of this bracket and I removed a nail and put in a screw so I could screw in the ground strap, which wanted to be tied in there for the leg to be grounded. Tightened up these guys and tied them in here to this spot. And I had to mess with the latch a little bit. This was loose and the spring was off, and I had to kind of bend the spring into place. But the way I've got it now, check this out. Yeah, it's actually working good now. It was a little, what's the word? Fucky? Okay, that's, I try not to swear too much on this channel for fun. Keep the YouTubes happy. But every once in a while you gotta let one rip. So there's the new leg T, all right? Drilled a hole there and put in a screw to ground that leg. And I kind of just checked everything else, make sure it was tight. So it's a little more presentable now, and everything should be grounded and happy. Power switch is good, and the legs are all in there good now too. So that's what I've been working on. Not anything too extremely exciting. So I guess what I'll probably do before I wrap up is, do I want to remove the playfield, kind of clean up the rest of the cabinet, or what do I want to do? I will ponder off camera, and I will do one more wrap-up clip probably, and then head upstairs and watch some Big Brother. Okay, so I just ended up propping up the playfield. I think I could remove it, but I would just have to dangle the playfield, lean it over the side, and this was the easier way to do things. I vacuumed up the cabinet, even wiped it down a bit, but these stains just won't go away. Like, look at this wood that they used. It's like textured, so all those stains are right inside of the grooves. So I don't know really what to do about it other than leave it alone, because it's the underneath inside and we're not going to be looking at it all that much. You know what I mean? It's definitely better than it was. It still looks like crap, but unless I feel like painting the whole thing or replacing the whole underbelly, which I don't and not going to do, then we're just going to have to live with it. So not a whole lot of fun progress today, just kind of setup, inspection, a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of tidying up of some miscellaneous things, power switch, leg bracket, those kind of things. But it's fun so far to just kind of pluck away at it one thing at a time. And probably tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, I will make some more progress. I'll probably install the head, inspect the boards a little better, and figure out my plans for what to do with all the circuit boards, if I should send them out, replace them, you know, and whatnot. But so, Nugent by Stern, part 1 in the books. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.